Hey Cabernites, just wanted to do another Diablo 3 video today. I was going to do a Nephalem Rift, because the Rift I got was actually a bit different than I've gotten in the past. Something I haven't seen yet, so I figured I'd hop in and show you that. We'll just do a short video with me running through it, see if I get any cool items. And anyway, as you can see, I've ended up with the Whimsyshire themed area here. If you've played the original Diablo, you know that there's a secret level that you can access, which uses this tile set with all the rainbows and bright green grass and these teddy bear-like enemies. And you'll see there will probably be some of the other enemy types too, which are some unicorns and these little flower guys as well. Oops, and these, actually I already clicked them, but these clouds you can actually click, you might get loot out of them. Also, before I play through, I should note that I've been using some new items. Like, first of all, I have this called the Asherah's set, Asherah's Vestments. And what this set does is you can see the 4-piece set bonus down there. I can't really point it out without moving away, as you can see. But it says my attacks can cause my followers occasionally to come to your aid, which followers are, there's three. There's the Enchantress, the Templar, and the Scoundrel. And normally you can only have one with you, which you can see right now, the Templar, but with this set, there's a chance that I'll summon the other two as well. And this is actually very nice for multiplayer games where you can't bring your followers, because it allows you to have them pop in every once in a while and get all the benefits from them. The other set I've been using is the Telrashas, which the cool thing about this set is it focuses on using multiple elements as a wizard, using as many of them as you can, ideally all four, which are Cold, Fire, Lightning, and Arcane. And as you can see, the 4-piece set bonus for that causes a meteor to rain from the sky. As long as you hit with that particular type of damage, it'll summon that type of meteor. It has an 8-second cooldown on it, but it's actually very powerful, as you'll see. In order to do the set bonus, I actually am using 2 old level 60 pieces, because I've only found 2 of the level 70 versions so far, so I'm popping in some less powerful pieces just to take advantage of that really nice set bonus. Anyway, sorry I had to explain that for a bit, but now we'll hop into the gameplay. See if we can find some interesting stuff. I'm interested to see if the boss probably won't end up spawning on this floor, but maybe it'll be a unique boss of some kind. So I'm assuming just this floor of the rift will end up with this theme here. But as I said, this is the first time I've seen this pot of gold. This is like the equivalent of a chest. Anyways, you can see all these meteors raining from the sky. That's from my set bonus. Oh, we got a treasure goblin. Those do not have a special skin for this area. Treasure goblins always look the same. Health globes do look like cupcakes there, which is kind of cool. So far I haven't seen any of the unicorns or flowers. We've had all cuddle bears. Yep, you can see my 3 followers, but they will disappear momentarily. Yep, and this is a shrine, so I keep Nemesis bracers with me so I can summon some champions. Let's see, we got happy clouds, happy clouds. Actually, I already went that way. One of the best things to find in this area are the pinatas, I think. Those are like the equivalent of a resplendent chest, I believe. So you can typically have a good chance at getting something nice out of those. The presents are like the equivalent of like a breakable like pot or something. So that may or may not have some items in them. Let's see, happy clouds. Happy clouds don't have items in them very often. This looks like this might be an all cuddle bear Nephalem Rift. They're molten, so I gotta be careful. Oh! Yeah, speaking of wallers, another thing I should show you that I got recently. the Bottomless Potion of Kool-Aid, which is a funny name. So you can see the little flavor text down there. You probably can recognize that quote. But anyway, Kool-Aid, as you can see, it says it allows you to break through waller walls, which is actually kind of nice. The only issue I've had with it is the fact that you actually have to be missing health. So like I actually have to be like taking some damage if I want to break through a wall, which is kind of annoying at times. And hey, here's a pinata. Let's see what we get. I got some gems and a couple of rares. Pool of Reflection. There's actually a few different unique Nephalem Rifts you can get. Like most of the time they'll be based on some other area in the game and it'll just be reusing the assets, map assets from that. But there are a few that'll have like unique designs. Like there's actually one that's actually very simple, but it's actually kind of neat too, where it's just like one long straight path that's just really, really, really long. That was kind of neat. And oh, ouch! Forgot I'm summoning an enemy there, so I gotta be careful. And another is actually a throwback in reference to the original cow level from Diablo 2. Maybe it was in Diablo 1 as well, I'm not really sure, because I did not play those games enough to really know. I've tried them out well after they came out. But yeah, it's, as you'd expect, it does have some cow enemies in there, and then there's also a unique Nephalem Rift boss that you can encounter there as well, and I think that might actually be the only boss I've yet to encounter. Up here's some unicorns. Wondering where they were. Hoping we can get at least one legendary in this video, like my last one where I got some, or one at least. See, all my moves that I have set up are pretty much based around making sure I get the meteors to proc. So like I have this laser here to proc the arcane meteor. I have Blizzard, as you can see there, that's to proc the ice one. For fire I have my Sparklet familiar, which is just those little fireballs that shoot out. That'll proc the fire one. And then for lightning I have this of course, but I also am using a Thunder Fury, which the lightning proc from that can actually proc the meteor as well, which is pretty cool. There's certain things that don't proc the meteor, which is usually any type of minion or like helper that you summon. That does not work. Familiar does work because it's not technically a minion. But like something like a Hydra, I don't think the Hydra can proc it, which is why I'm not using Hydra. Yep, we're not gonna be able to finish this. I've covered most of this, so we're just gonna head on to part 2, see if we'll continue. Oh, we're gonna continue with this theme, so maybe we'll get an interesting boss here. This is a darker version of it. Oh, there we go. We got a legendary. So let's see what that is really quick. Which I probably won't use it because I'll have to give up a set bonus, but we'll see. Oh, they're gladiator gauntlets. I found some of these before. Anyway, yeah, the unique proc on that is when you get a massacre bonus, which pretty much means killing a certain, like, large number of enemies in a certain amount of time. It would make rain, or gold rain from the sky. This gives you a little extra gold, so if you want a gold farming set, those gloves would be a good thing to pick up. Yep, what are these guys doing here? You shouldn't be here. So we have a scary dark version of this area, Whimsyshire. Yeah, the meteors are very nice. It's a lot of extra damage that you really don't even have to worry about casting yourself. It doesn't use arcane power or anything. And each of the meteors is essentially, it's the same thing as like the actual meteor skill, whatever element rune that is. It does the same amount of damage and everything. And from what I understand, it actually can be boosted by any plus meteor damage and like any plus element damage, so it acts just like the real ability, which is very cool. Another pot of gold. No legendary in that one, unfortunately. Actually, we might end up having to go to part 3 because there's not that many enemies in this rift. Some rifts you'll get are just like they're just like covered in like hordes of enemies. So there's a pretty big group, I guess. But some rifts are just have like an area just with like 3 champions right next to each other, and it's pretty crazy. And the meter will fill up very quickly. You'll be done with the rift before you know it. Lovely presents. Mushrooms. Pot of gold. And whenever I play, I like to make sure I break everything, because there's been multiple times where I've gotten legendaries like out of pots and stuff that I've broken, so I don't want to miss out on that. Speed pylon. Let's switch to our nemesis braces really quick. Ouch! Took a lot of damage. Let's take advantage of this speed effect to get down to where I need to be now. There's achievements to complete a Nephalem Rift in like 2 minutes, and I'm pretty sure you'd have to get pretty lucky with pylons and stuff. Like you would need speed ones and conduit ones so you can blaze through them. I'm guessing the exit will be up here. Yep. So we're gonna have to hope for a part 3 of this. Nope, we're gonna change now. So I think we've lost all hope of having a unique boss now. Glad we got to experience a couple floors of that, though. I'd still like to, for my review, I want to make some videos of each of the areas seen in Act 5, just to kind of show off the unique environments throughout them. Just to kind of like show off exactly what Act 5 has to offer. So my actual review, a lot of what I want to cover is mostly just like the new gameplay systems in place. I'm going to talk about Act 5 a little and like what I thought of it, but when it comes to reviewing the game, I think a lot of the focus needs to be on like how much they've changed in the game, because a lot of stuff before like Loot 2.0 and the expansion and everything, there was a lot of issues with the game, and they've honestly fixed almost every problem I've had with it, personally, so I want to talk about a lot of that. Apparently my meteor's procced way over here. My familiar must have shot something over here. Yeah, the meteors actually have, as long as I hit them with the element, it's a guaranteed proc, but there's a 8-second internal cooldown. That way it prevents it from being overpowered. It still is pretty strong though, I have to admit. Resplendent. I've actually seen a screenshot of a guy that found 3 legendaries within 1 resplendent chest, which is pretty crazy. 'Cause I rarely get legendaries in those, actually. I think I may have found one once. And the closest I've come to something like that is getting like 2 legendaries up a boss, which really isn't that impressive. Yeah, I've never seen 3. That person must have been pretty lucky. Okay, we are about to summon the Nephalem Rift boss here. Probably after clearing out this group, maybe. What are we at? Oh, 95, so I might have a bit more. Is this a conduit? That's a power. I might want to save that, if possible. Oh, you know what? It's going to summon a pack if I have these on, so we'll be ready to go. We should be able to destroy him pretty quickly. Yep, there goes his health flying down. I was hoping for something good off of him. I didn't even get a Forgotten Soul. There's a Forgotten Souls have a pretty high chance to drop off these bosses, which is nice to get, because they are used for enchanting legendaries and crafting legendaries, but more so for the enchanting is what I use them. Before we end this, I'm gonna see what else we can find here. Never know. Usually should explore the rift even after beating the boss, just because there could be a whole other floor. I've had times where I would reach the boss, I'd get enough kills and summon him, and then I'd realize that there were still like 2 or more floors left in the rift still. Because you never know, you might get a treasure goblin pack, which you may have seen in the one video I made. And I've actually seen a video where a lot of people probably saw that video actually, because I think it was actually featured by Blizzard themselves or something, where a guy found 2 goblin packs treasure goblin packs right next to each other. And not only that, but he had conduit pylons as well to easily take them out. So he was able to kill all of them. I'm hoping I can get the cow level rift someday, so I can make a video of that. Oh, we got a legendary ring. Cool. But my bags are full. We'll just... Actually, no, I don't need that. Let me clear these guys out first. But yeah, I'd like to make a video of the cow level rift, even though I know there's plenty of videos in line of other people that have found it, but I'd still like to make a video for my own personal experience with it. So let's see what this legendary ring is. I actually still need a legendary ring. Maybe it'll be something good. Ooh. I just need to do some enchanting on that. I might be able to make it decent. Like, I need some crit on it. I'd lose the crit damage. I'd really like to have this, like, pretty much the same stats I have on the one I have on right now. Crit damage, crit chance, attack speed, intelligence. That's not bad, though. I could probably work with that if I get a good enchant. Enchanting jewelry does kind of suck, though, because it requires gems as well, so you gotta spend a bit more gold than other items. I didn't really explain this ring. I don't know if you saw the puzzle ring. It makes a treasure goblin like minion follow you around, and he'll pick up any white items that drop. And when he picks up 14 of them, as it says, he'll drop a rare with a chance for it to be a legendary, which is pretty cool. So it's just like an extra little piece of loot farming for you, loot farming assistance. Anyway, that wraps up that Nephalem Rift. Stay tuned for more Diablo 3 videos. Thanks for watching, Cavernites, and I'll see you next time.